Every single year, millions of Americans start a business. Some open a coffee shop, some launch a clothing brand, some start a restaurant, some build an online store. And 5 years later, most of those businesses are dead. And the ones that survive, the owner is still standing behind the counter every single day, trading hours for dollars, exhausted and barely breaking even. But there's a small group of people who own businesses you've probably never even thought about. They're not on Shark Tank. They don't post Lamborghini pictures on Instagram. They don't have a personal brand, a podcast, or 10,000 followers. But every single month, thousands of dollars land in their bank account automatically. And here's the part that's going to shock you. Their businesses are so boring, so unglamorous, that if I told you the names right now, some of you would actually close this video. But that boredom is exactly why they're rich. Because when a business is boring, competition disappears. And when competition disappears, profit shows up. Today, I'm going to show you 8 boring businesses quietly making people wealthy across the United States. And at the end, I'm going to give you one principle, one single filter that will let you judge any business idea in under 30 seconds for the rest of your life. Stick around till the end, because business number 1 is the one nobody talks about, but it might be the most powerful of all. Let's get into it. Let me introduce you to 2 people. We'll call them Jake and Marcus. Both of them had $50,000 to invest in a business. Jake did what most people do. He thought, if I'm going to start a business, it needs to look successful. So he opened a premium coffee shop, custom interior design, imported espresso machine, neon signs, an Instagram-worthy wall. Opening day was incredible. Lines out the door, reels everywhere. Everyone was impressed. Marcus did something completely different. He started a business so unglamorous that when people ask what he does, they usually respond with, "Wait, that's a real business." No ribbon-cutting ceremony, no grand opening post, just a small office, 2 employees, and a stack of signed contracts. 3 years later, Jake is still standing behind the counter of his coffee shop, waiting for customers, worrying about foot traffic, competing with the coffee shop that opened 2 blocks away. Marcus is in Cabo with his family. His phone buzzes, a notification, payment received. He locks his phone and goes back to his vacation. The real difference wasn't talent. It wasn't the amount of money they started with. The difference was this: Jake had to find new customers every single day. Marcus's customers were paying him automatically every single month, whether he was working or not. Today, we're breaking down 8 businesses just like Marcus's. Let's start with number 8. Business number 8, commercial cleaning company. If I told you that a mop and a bucket could build a 6- or 7-figure business, you'd probably laugh. So let's run a quick experiment. Tomorrow, walk into any office building, hospital, or shopping mall. At 8 a.m., notice something. The floors are spotless. The bathrooms are stocked. The glass is streak-free. The trash cans are empty. Now ask yourself, who did that? And more importantly, who paid for it? That's where this business begins. Across America, new office parks, medical centers, schools, warehouses, and hotels are being built every single year. And every one of them needs one thing on a daily basis: cleaning. This isn't a luxury, it's a requirement. And businesses built on requirements, not trends, are the ones that survive recessions, inflation, and economic slowdowns. The commercial cleaning industry in the U.S. is a multi-billion-dollar market, and it keeps growing as commercial real estate and hygiene standards expand. But here's the real secret to this business. It's not the cleaning, it's the contract. If a hospital signs a 2-year cleaning contract with you, you no longer have to hunt for a new customer every single day. Your income is already booked. It's already fixed. Now here's the biggest mistake people make when they hear cleaning business. They assume they have to clean everything themselves. Wrong. The business owner's job isn't mopping floors. The business owner's job is landing contracts, building systems, and managing quality. The cleaning crew does the cleaning. And remember this line because it applies to almost every business on this list. The customer isn't paying for cleaning. The customer is paying to make a problem disappear. When they know their office will be spotless every single morning without them thinking about it, they stop shopping on price and start shopping on reliability. And in business, reliability is the most expensive product you can sell. But the next business on this list has something even more powerful working in its favor: urgency. And urgency is where real pricing power lives. Business number 7, pest control company. It's 10 p.m. A restaurant owner's phone rings. A cockroach was just spotted in the kitchen, and the health inspector is showing up tomorrow morning. If this isn't handled tonight, one cockroach could cost that restaurant tens of thousands of dollars. Or worse, a shutdown. How many options does that owner have at 10 p.m.? Basically zero. This is exactly why pest control is one of the most underrated cash flow businesses in America. When a customer is desperate, they don't negotiate. They don't shop around. They buy the solution immediately. And they pay a premium for speed. Restaurants, hotels, food factories, warehouses, hospitals, and residential communities all need regular pest control, and it's not a one-time job. It repeats every few months. That repetition turns into recurring revenue, month after month, contract after contract. As urban housing and the restaurant industry keep expanding across the U.S., pest control demand keeps climbing right alongside it. But here's what makes this business even more attractive: referrals. If you genuinely solve a hotel's pest problem, that hotel doesn't just renew the contract. They tell every other hotel in their network. And in business, the cheapest customer you'll ever get is the one who came from another happy customer. That's why smart entrepreneurs invest in service quality before they invest in advertising, because one happy client can bring you 10 new ones for free. This business might look boring on social media, but it is absolutely not boring in the bank account. Now, the next business needs no salesperson, no storefront, just a machine and the right location. And that combination alone can convert thousands of customers automatically every single day. Business number 6, vending machine business. Quick question: 10 years ago, if I told you that you could sell products without ever opening a store, you would have laughed at me. But today, at airports, train stations, hospitals, and corporate offices, there is a salesperson working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without a single day off. That salesperson's name: the vending machine. Here's what makes it beautiful: it never asks for a raise, it never calls in sick, it never takes a lunch break, and it never complains. It only asks for one thing: the right location. There's a famous line in business: product can be copied, location cannot. And the vending machine business runs entirely on that principle. Picture a corporate office with 1,500 employees. Every single one of them wants coffee, a cold drink, or a snack once or twice a day. Even at a small average spend per person, that adds up to a serious monthly turnover, and the machine never has to chase a single customer. They come to it. That's why smart entrepreneurs don't just buy machines. They buy locations. And vending today isn't limited to chips and soda anymore. Fresh coffee, protein shakes, ice cream, health and wellness products, electronics, accessories, fresh juice. The category keeps expanding as self-service and cashless payment culture grows across the country. Here's the warning though: most people research the machine and completely skip researching the location. That's the single biggest mistake in this industry. An average machine in an incredible location will still make money. But an incredible machine in the wrong location can actually lose you money. This business isn't about the machine. It's about the real estate underneath it. And in the next business, machines matter too. But this time, the customer isn't coming for a snack. They're coming because they have zero time to solve a problem themselves. Business number 5, commercial laundry service. I guarantee you've never seen a laundry business owner turn into a social media influencer. No podcast, no motivational reels, no luxury office tour. But every single morning, their machines start running automatically. Here's a simple question: what do hotels, hospitals, gyms, spas, nursing homes, and restaurants all have in common? Every day, thousands of towels, sheets, uniforms, and linens need to be washed. And not just washed, washed on time. If a hotel's sheets aren't ready, a room can't be sold. If a hospital's linens aren't sanitized, procedures get delayed. That means laundry isn't a luxury. It's infrastructure. And in business, when something becomes infrastructure, demand almost never disappears. Most hotels and hospitals prefer to outsource this rather than run it in-house because machines are expensive, maintenance is expensive, water and electricity bills add up, staffing is a headache. Business owners don't want to buy more headaches. They want headaches removed. That's exactly where a smart entrepreneur steps in. And notice the pattern again. The income in this business doesn't come from washing clothes. It comes from the contract. If you have annual agreements with 15 or 20 hotels, you don't wake up every morning wondering if you'll find a customer today. The customer already exists, and that's what makes this business so stable. But the next business is even more interesting because here, the product belongs to you, but it can be used by many customers at once, and you get paid every single time. Business number 4, equipment and tool rental business. A contractor needs a concrete cutter for 10 days. He's got 2 choices: spend $8,000 to buy the machine outright or spend $400 to rent it for those 10 days. If you were that contractor, what would you choose? Obviously the rental, and that one decision is the entire foundation of the equipment rental industry. The golden rule of this business is simple. People pay for access, not ownership. Netflix, Uber, Spotify, co-working spaces, they all run on this exact principle. And so does equipment rental. Construction across the U.S. never stops. New apartments, new roads, new warehouses, new factories. Every single project needs expensive tools and machinery, and every contractor understands something important. Buying a machine doesn't finish a project. Finishing the project is what gets them paid. So instead of buying, they rent. That single mindset shift creates a massive opportunity for the equipment owner. After the machine pays off its own cost, every single booking after that is almost pure profit. This is why rental businesses are considered some of the most underrated cash flow machines in the world. You buy the asset once, and the income keeps coming back again and again. Now we're entering the top 3. And from here, the businesses on this list get even more powerful. Business number 3, a TM machine business. Let me ask you something simple. What's the one thing that never goes out of style, never gets disrupted by a new app, and never stops being needed, no matter how advanced technology becomes? Cash. Technology will keep changing, AI will keep advancing, business models will keep shifting, but people will always need access to physical cash. At bars, gas stations, small retail stores, festivals, and convenience stores across America. And in business, when a need never disappears, ignoring that industry is a massive mistake. Every day, millions of Americans use ATMs, not because they love a particular brand, but because they need one thing: quick, reliable access to their own money. And here's the interesting part. The customer doesn't care whose machine it is. They care about convenience in that exact moment. That's why the private ATM business has quietly grown across the country. Once a machine is placed, stocked, and connected to a processing network, it works around the clock, whether the owner is at home, asleep, or on vacation in another state. But just like the vending business, most people make the same mistake here. They focus on the machine and completely ignore the location. A machine in a low-traffic corner will barely earn its keep. But the exact same machine placed inside a busy bar, a gas station, or a nightlife district can change your bank balance within a single month. Because remember, the business isn't the machine, it's the location. But the next business needs no machine at all, no inventory, no warehouse. And here's the wild part. Once the product is built, it can be used by thousands of people without ever being rebuilt. Business number 2, micro SaaS, software as a service. I guarantee you, right now, on your phone, there are at least 10 apps you're paying for every single month without even thinking about it. Netflix, Spotify, ChatGPT, Microsoft, Adobe. You know what these companies love more than anything? Your monthly payment. Once they land you as a customer, the income keeps coming, month after month, without them lifting a finger. That exact model, built on a much smaller scale, has quietly created millions of dollars for regular entrepreneurs. It's called micro SaaS. It sounds technical, but the concept is incredibly simple. One piece of software, solving one specific problem, sold on a monthly subscription. Think about it. A gym owner needs to manage memberships, track attendance, and send renewal reminders. A dental clinic needs to manage appointments. A school needs to collect fees. A small distributor needs to track inventory. Every single business has some boring, repetitive problem they're dealing with. And here's the truth. Business owners don't say out loud, they don't want innovation, they want relief. If your software takes their 1-hour daily task and shrinks it down to 10 minutes, they will happily pay you every single month for that relief. This is why the biggest software companies in the world all follow the exact same principle: save time, earn recurring revenue. And the biggest advantage of micro SaaS. Once it's built, it can be used by one customer or 10,000 customers. You don't need a new factory for every new customer. No new warehouse. No new inventory. That's exactly why software businesses have some of the highest profit margins on the planet. But I'm not putting this at number one, because number one isn't actually a business at all. And once you truly understand it, you'll be able to spot profitable businesses for the rest of your life. No matter how much AI changes things, no matter how much the economy shifts. Business number one, the principle that pays you again and again and again. If you've watched this entire video carefully, you've probably already noticed a pattern. Commercial cleaning, pest control, vending machines, laundry, equipment rental, ATMs software, different industries, different tools. Some had employees, some had machines, some had technology. But one thing was exactly the same in every single one. And that's number one. Let me ask you something. Imagine you sold a product today. A customer paid you $500 and walked away. Tomorrow, to make more money, what do you have to do? Find a new customer, market again, sell again, negotiate again, deliver again. And next month, same process, all over again. That means the moment you stop working, your income stops too. Now, picture the opposite. A customer signs a contract, and the payment comes in automatically every single month. You don't have to convince them again. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to resell them. You just have to keep the service great. That difference has a name: recurring revenue. And this is the hidden secret behind almost every successful business on earth. Netflix, monthly. Spotify, monthly. Microsoft, monthly. Gym memberships, monthly. Internet service, monthly. Office cleaning contracts, monthly. Pest control agreements, every few months. Every truly successful business, in some form, is built around recurring revenue. That's why smart entrepreneurs ask one question before starting anything. How many times will this customer pay me? Once, or again and again? Most people starting a business today ask the wrong question. They ask, how much profit can I make? But the entrepreneurs who actually build wealth ask a completely different question. How many times will this profit repeat? That one shift in thinking changes everything. So if you ask me which of these 8 businesses is the best one, honestly, my answer is none of them, because the best business always depends on your city, your budget, and your situation. But the best principle never changes. Find a business where the customer pays you again and again. Remember that one line, and the next time someone tells you this business is so profitable, ask yourself immediately, is this recurring or is this a one-time sale? That single filter alone will save you from 90% of average forgettable business ideas. Here's how I want to close this out. A lot of people believe rich people are doing completely different businesses than everyone else. But that's not actually true. Rich people don't chase excitement. They chase cash flow. They don't chase trends. They build systems. They don't chase one-time sales. They build repeat customers. And maybe that's exactly why their businesses look boring from the outside. But their bank accounts are never boring at all. So next time you're evaluating any business idea, ask yourself one question: will this pay me once? Or will this pay me every single month? If even one of these 8 businesses open your eyes to something you'd never seriously considered before, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And drop a comment telling me which one of these 8 surprised you the most and why. If you want more research-backed videos like this one, real business models, real numbers, real wealth-building strategies, not just empty motivation, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. I'll see you in the next video.